Nearly a fifth of Americans in a new poll said they think Taylor Swift is involved in a covert effort to help President Biden win re-election as baseless conspiracy theories continue to swirl online surrounding the pop icon. The poll released Wednesday by Monmouth University found 18% of Americans said they think a covert government effort by Swift to help Biden win the election exists. Nearly three quarters, 73%, said they do not think such an effort exists, while 9% said they didn't know. A little more than half of that group, 54%, said they have not heard about this theory, while 46% said they had. The Love Story singer has been at the center of various conspiracy theories circulated by conservative media in recent weeks. The theories center on the unfounded idea that the NFL rigged games to ensure her boyfriend Travis Kelce's football team made and won the Super Bowl. Kelce's team, the Kansas City Chiefs, did eventually clinch the AFC Championship and went on to win the Super Bowl on Sunday, defeating the San Francisco 49ers in overtime. Swift has been widely covered at games throughout the season, is often seen in the box seat cheering on her boyfriend. For his part, Biden has poked fun at the theories just like we drew it up. The president tweeted after the game Sunday alongside a dark Brandon meme depicting himself with laser eyes. Former President Trump, the frontrunner for the GOP presidential nomination, argued Sunday there is no way Swift would endorse Biden. Joe Biden didn't do anything for Taylor and never will. There's no way she would endorse crooked Joe Biden, the worst, the most corrupt president in the history of our country, and the disloyal and be disloyal to the man who made her so much money, Trump wrote in part on Truth Social. An endorsement from the pop star could boost Biden, especially among younger and female voters. Some have noted a single Instagram post from the singer last year directing her followers to nonpartisan nonprofit vote.org led to 35,000 new voter registrations. A report late last month from the New York Times indicated that Biden aides were interested in the dream endorsement from the singer as the campaign gears up for the November election. Swift has yet to speak about an endorsement of Biden's 2024 run, but she did throw her support behind him in the 2020 presidential election. Just more than two-thirds, or 68% of participants in Monmouth's poll, said they approve of Swift encouraging her fans to vote in the upcoming elections, while a quarter said they disapprove. About 7% say that no. The participants were generally split on their impression of Swift, with 39% holding a favorable opinion and 43% saying they had no opinion. About 13% said they had an unfavorable view of Swift, and 5% had not heard of the singer. Yeah, right. The poll was conducted February 8th to 12th among a national random sample of 902 adults. The sample had a margin of error of 4.1 percentage points. There's no way that 5% exists. Swift is one of the most famous singers at this point. I mean, I'm not even. There is some percentage of people who haven't heard of her. I do believe that. Like that's just the case with everybody, but I don't believe that it's 5%. I think at most it's like 2 or 1. So the reason this poll is interesting is because a lot of times when there's conspiracy theories about things, we see some posts online, people write stuff, but the internet really is not a good sample of general public opinion of things, because there's a lot of people who just never use the internet. A lot of older people who just are not online, they're not on social media, they're not posting anything. Maybe there are people who use the internet for work or some other type of job related thing, but they're not on there just checking this stuff out. So to have a poll come out and it shows that there's basically again a fifth of people who believe in this covert government effort for Swift to help Biden win the election, and then there's another 9% that's like, maybe. That's really scary, that you have this singer who, yeah, they're famous, yes, they're influential, they can get all these people to vote, whatever, and I'm sure Biden would like her endorsement, but you have this singer who so far as the public can tell, has had no involvement with Biden, with his campaign, with his re-election efforts, and yet, in spite of that, they've convinced themselves she is working behind the scenes to help Biden. And that's why her boyfriend's team won the game. It's like, maybe the 49ers just didn't play as good as you thought they would. And I was considering doing the Trump story. I do find it funny where he says, be disloyal to the man. Joe Biden didn't do anything for Taylor and never would. There's no way she could endorse crooked Joe Biden. She already did in 2020. and be disloyal to the man who made her so much money. I guess he's referring to himself. If he is, I don't know what how. Like Trump acts as though when he did his campaign rallies, he was playing her songs and people were going out and buying it. It's just so stupid. Um, but this is just so fascinating because as someone who kind of stays away from the music sphere, you because these people they're in their own bubble, they make their songs, they go and have fun regular. You have to just imagine like random, like not random, but just this singer who is at the height of her career, dates some football player, and because that football player plays in the team that's in the Super Bowl, the results of it convince crazy conspiracy theorists, of which make up at least a quarter of the country, that this was done to coerce her to endorse Biden, which will help. And it's sad because it's like we already know that endorsements don't mean anything. Look at all the people that endorsed Hillary back in 2016. Whether it was Beyonce, Bruce Brinks, all these different people, and it didn't make a difference. So if whether Swift endorsed Biden or not, if the Republicans are able to not have Trump, but whether even if they had him, it's like they still can win. Her endorsement's not going to change the results in several different swing states. It's stupid. I do, as much as I'm usually not someone to be sympathetic towards these very rich people, I do feel kind of sympathetic just because there's been so much weird stuff with her over the last few weeks. Like all the conservative media talking about her, those AI generated nude photos of her that were so bad Twitter had to censor her search results. This is one of the most scrutinized people of the last, really of the last several years, but more so under the last few weeks, because like now you're entering a whole new sphere that normally doesn't even go anywhere near what she typically gets brought up in conversations regarding.